Hello everyone and welcome to the first match in Old versus JSMS. We're going at this game right now. We do see that we do have ourselves a nice little team. And damn kid's gonna... Is that... Okay, that is Deanimate. So we have Deanimate going against Old right now for JSMS. I had to confirm that name for a second, but it threw me off. We have a Stage 1 dome going forward. Everything's being thrown right now. We don't know much about what happened. All we know is that we're at Stage 1. Current time on the match is 1 minute 55, so we didn't miss much. We just missed the initial leads building up, going along that northern border. Everything looks pretty much normal. Deanimate is choosing to mitigate at this point, getting ready to survive. And he's just trying to get everything he can, and he's just trying to get as much he can. So we're going forward right now. We see that he is actually choosing to get into the bush story, but that's how to talk in chat. But Dome is now down, which means Deanimate's on the run. He's doing what he can. We do actually have, let's break down who's on this team right now. We have a Vexen, one of the old titans of Evolve height. We have a Grumpwayne, a.k.a. Nightwayne, which is, of course, from Team YP. We have old Grandpa Killers, a.k.a. Guille Cookie, a.k.a. Cookie Killers, a.k.a. many other names, but he is from Eyes on You. And we have another surprise for you guys. We have another Eyes on You legend, a.k.a. AmyBot, coming through with Granny Bot, a.k.a. the Queen Cougar, going forward. Going to be looking to survive and deal tons of damage because she is the Queen of the God Dome, the Granny of the God Dome, the one who can just throw it and suddenly it's a God Dome. We're just going to call them Granny Domes this game because you know it's going to happen. She doesn't even control it. She just throws them and they happen. So, I don't know. We have Deanimate, though, right now, and we are locked to monster perspective this game, so we'll have to see exactly what's going on. Build-wise, we have 1 leap, 1 fire breath, 1 charge, which means that we're going to be pushing forward to get mobility and a little bit of farming. He's having a rough time getting that done, though. As we're looking forward, we have movement speed, and we have... What is this? These builds today? We have a triple health regen. We have a Laz, Hank, Lennox, Griffin composition being used. Triple health regen, because why not? Let's just go with a why not on that. I don't even know. Like, we're just seeing the craziness of what's happening. This is what happens. And we're going forward. Like, we're looking at this. Going forward, we see Deanimate is actually getting his... Evolve on. He is going to be able to get his next stage. He's at stage 2. Going to be going forward. He does have movement speed, which means he did get a good amount of distance there. But we're looking at build-wise. He did finish his leap, get his point in rock. So that's going to put that in with a 1 rock, 3 leap, 1 fire breath, 1 charge. He's going to be going in the finish. However, he knows he's against the Laz, which means his best bet's to go straight for Granny Bot, who's going to get knocked around, a.k.a. AmyBot. We're going in. Let's see. Where are they going? You're trying to dodge me. And here we go. We got a Vexen in the rear just doing that plasma lance damage. He's just stacking it up, trying to get everything up. We're seeing him move around right now. Poke, poke, poke. He's just stabbing it in. There's another stab. There's a 2 build. Here we got a leap coming in on 2. Hits Granny, melts her in the face, and pokes her up. Grandpa Killers, a.k.a. Cookie's going in. Rocket's thrown, connects on Granny. Amy's going to be eating that to the face. She's so low. Just needs to get punched. Here comes the leap. Does catch her with the AoE, which means Deanimate has now been freed. He's going in, going forward, and he's going to be escaping now, going on the southern side. And these domes are just going crazy chaotic. Vexen's shooting him from long distance, throwing it up. We have the Dirty 30s showing the power of age and wisdom as they're going forward, going after Deanimate, who is a young 20-something. Apparently that's young nowadays. I don't know. I thought I was like a normal age of being 20-something, but apparently that's young, too young for these cool kids. And the Dirty 30s are pushing it in, drilling it home. We have a health regen on 3 people, which is just because they're old. They want to make sure their knees are intact. They don't want to have to wear a cane. They just want to take care of themselves. That's all it is, guys. That's all it is. Cookie's doing what he can against this 3-leap build, making sure he's conserving his shields against that leap so that he knows exactly where he's going. Deanimate's building up his armor meter, though. He's at about, almost full on his armor meter, and he's about, I'd say probably just short of 2/3 done his evolve meter. He's going forward. He's going to try and stealth his way through the river here because that's really his only option. But we can't see where anyone else is as we're see on the right side to see the white thing. That's where I'm trying to switch to perspective-wise. So we tried them all. Not there. We're not getting it. So going forward, we look at Grumpoint, a.k.a. Nightwing, who's going to be on the low point. Laz is actually taking point, ready to fight, and here comes the leap. Does connect on Laz. No, it doesn't, just barely able to clip out of there. Here comes the heavy hit to knock him down. Rocket's picked up. He does actually burn his personal cloak to get himself out of there. He's getting low. He's on the run. Here comes the Granny Dome. It gets tossed. Vexen's right now getting brawled into the corner. Vexen's getting low. He does, however, have to pop the personal shield. We're looking at a Harpoon coming in the rear from the Granny bot, the Amy bot, and the Granny bot using the aim bot. Everything being done. And we have another leap connecting. Here comes the shields, though, keeping Granny bot alive. Vexen's poking him in the rear. Stabby, right on the tail. And he's not able to do much. Amy bot's in the river. Here comes the orbital barrage from Cookie. Cookie dropping the trees from the skies. He's trying to do everything, giving them some nice little snacks from his purse. As he's going forward, just melting right through Amy bot, which means the animate has been released. Going through 2 bars, almost 2.5. And they're going through. There's the second half of the bar right there. And he's just going through, just dealing damage, and they're just trying to get anything they can, but the animate's able to get some armor quick while they're able to just try and build it up. We're looking at everything that they're doing right now. They're not getting any strikes, because Grumpoint says no to death. Maybe that's why they're allowed to be so old. It's because, you know, Grumpoint just keeps reviving them. It's like, oh, hey, you died due to old age, revive. Lazar's just saying no. You get to be old and grumpy. And here we go. We got the animate going in, melting a little bit. Both the Cephalodons both live. That's actually pretty funny. Looking at this right now, though, we have a stage 3 deanimate looking to deal damage and meld right through. So I don't know. It wouldn't surprise me if something else happened this game that was just crazy. All this being done, we have them actually choosing to set up at the real light. We can't show you where, because I want to. I really do, guys. Just not quite able to, because we joined while the match is in progress. When you join while the match is in progress, it does lock you down to a specific perspective. So the anime, a.k.a. damn kids, get off my lawn, is going to be going right through into a fully set up defensive team, which is going to be hard for him to do, especially with this build. And what I mean by that is typically when you look at like a build against a Lazarus, which is a highly cloak composition, you want that third point in Flame Breath, which is an interesting choice. It's not necessarily a wrong choice. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm saying it's interesting that he chose it. Reason why it's interesting is because he's choosing to be pure burst. No cloak reveal. He doesn't want to be comboing them down. He only has that 1 point charge to just extend his combos a little bit. But he wants that pure burst damage in order to get the most out of it possible. So it's just something to keep in mind that he's doing this intentionally to burst down specific hero. He wants to get a quick down and then deal with Laz after the fact. If he's able to keep Laz off the body just by camping it, throwing rocks on it, leaping on it, everything that he can, he's going to be trying to keep himself alive at the same time. So it's a weird position to put yourself in because you're not going to have that extra bit of reveal and that extra range on your flame. But he is going in right now with it, and we'll have to see what he does. He's going in for the burst. He goes right in, does get the AoE on a Vexen. And Vexen does dodge the leap, though, which means he's only get hit by the charge. He's getting those shields are coming out, though, from Grandpa Cookie Killers, and he's going to be going in. Here comes, where are those treats? The tasty snacks. Bring them right down. We want ourselves a care package. Give us some sugary treats, as it is getting close for the holidays. If you haven't bought anyone sugary treats, you need to be doing that ASAP, as Grumpoint is right now on the low ground just dodging, and Granny Bot, a.k.a. Amy Bot, a.k.a. Queen Cougar, a.k.a. the Queen of the God Domes, is doing what she can to keep him off him. Shields are coming in from Cookie. Going to be keeping Amy Bot alive. Leap Smash gets used, not by the Goliath, but by a Vexen, followed up by Deanimate. The Thunderchild punch is definitely much, much prettier. Grumpoint, however, does dodge the rock, which means he's going to be staying up. And we have Granny Bot used up in the corner. She's going to be going down to the low ground to make sure that she's alive for a little bit. Charge is being used. Grumpoint's actually going to get knocked down into the low ground, and he gets put down underneath, which means he's going to have a hard time getting back up to heal his teammates. We're looking at Cookie, who's right now on the other side. Gets Stealth Pounce right after a leap, which means Cookie's going to be low. Cookie's now down, and we didn't see an orbital come in, which means that is a very rough spot to be in. Rock is being thrown. Does connect with Old Lady Granny, as a Vexen right now is getting knocked around as the Old Lady Granny coming out with a whiplash with the Thunderchild. Going to be slapping around with the stabby stick. We're going to get what he can. Grumpoint, however, is actually underneath right now, looking to try and resurrect someone, which means that it's only Cookie right now that's on the high ground, ready to be resurrected. Grumpoint is on the low ground, though, getting chased by this Goliath. He's going to be leaping around, and Amy's coming in to try and Leap Smash going to be knocking Grumpoint up and then high. Nightwane's on the run. He's going to get a rock to the face. Everything's been done to keep Grumpoint away from that body, and down goes Grumpoint. He's now on the low ground, which means that it's just down to Granny, a.k.a. Amy, a.k.a. a Vexen as well. The old people are on the run right now. They need to get their walkers in gear, maybe get an electric scooter because the animate's on the hunt. He's got his move speed. He's boosted up. He's fully accelerated. And Granny, oh, Granny, you need to go away. You need to run right now. It's the animate's just coming through, ready to melt. He's getting knocking Granny down to the low ground. Here comes the falling rock. Does fall and lands right on Granny, which is going to drive her into the ground and ready for, resurrection. But no las, unfortunately. Let's just look at the scoreboard right now. Just looking at the score, because I get to breathe every once in a while. Looking at just the constant damage building up over time, all the healing there was almost 18k of healing done by Lazarus with resurrections, everything's being done, 0 missed domes coming out of old Granny bot. And everything's just being thrown. And for those of you wondering about God Domes, I'm sorry, Amy Bot can't help it. She is the queen of God Domes. She just throws a dome and it's suddenly a God Dome. Doesn't matter where she is. But it does make it currently 1-0 in favor of JSMS going on this side, and we'll just make sure we have a full score update for you in just a moment. For those of you in the bots, this is where we do a quick fade in, fade out for the sake of editing. And for those of you in the Twitch chat, we will be back in just a minute with more games coming at you. And we'll be trying to keep up this tempo, keeping games pumped out as much as we can to get as little slowdown as we do. So yeah, stay tuned, guys. We'll be back in just a minute with some more games as we get that score update. Toodles!